is for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the Magic Valley Prepcast covers every inch of District 4 activities in Idaho.
And I went out and watched Wood River play a couple days ago. This is a team that could surprise some people.
Hosted by Scott Burton, the Magic Valley Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area.
Tell you what, your story has captivated the Idaho sporting world.
Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Well, welcome everybody. This is IdahoSports.com game stream production of Magic Valley Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Tonight, we're bringing you the broadcast here from Hagerman, Idaho, where the North Gem Cowboys from Bancroft will take on the Hagerman Pirates here on their home field. Welcome, everybody. I'm Lauren Jensen, joined here by my broadcast partner, Dean Demore. And Dean, both these teams have played one game. North Gem 0-1 with a loss to Castle Ford. Hagerman, on the other hand, now I can't remember who they beat. Hagerman got the win last week, though.
Horseshoe Bend, I believe.
Horseshoe Bend, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Defeated Horseshoe Bend. These two teams, they've met before, but they don't play often.
No.
They played back in 2000, where North Gem blew out Hagerman in that game, something like 75-0. And then 2 years later, the Hagerman Pirates destroyed the North Gem Cowboys by about the same score. It was another big blowout. And so it's anybody's guess is what we're going to see here tonight. Hopefully we'll have a very close matchup, and we'll have an exciting game here from Hagerman. We're just about ready to get started here. The captains coming out onto the field. North Gem Cowboys, their captains out there. We've got number 18, Evan O'Brien, number 12, Rustin Hatch, and number 9, that's Jack Perry. The two captains for the Pirates, that's Wyatt Hoskevec and number 57, Alex Asher. And Dean, if one thing that stands out to me right now, it's the discrepancy in numbers.
Yes, definitely. North Gem suiting up only 9 players, but if you look at their enrollment, it's close to 40. So, whereas Hagerman has quite a few more.
Yeah, Hagerman, I'm guessing at least doubling that enrollment over North Gem. And that's one thing that we talked to, we got some information from head coach Corey Hatch from North Gem, and he's just talking about, you know, the struggle in enrollment numbers and how he believes they're probably the smallest school to field a varsity football team in the state of Idaho. Smallest school as far as enrollment goes. And I think he might be right. There's a few other schools, as we were talking about it on the way down here, that have co-opted to form, you know, and get some more numbers. But just by their lonesome, North Gem, I think they are probably the smallest team to field a varsity team this year. So we'll see how that plays out throughout this game. Looks like Hagerman won the coin toss, but they'll defer to the second half. And so North Gem, they'll receive the opening kickoff, and we'll see their offense first. I want to thank again our major sponsors, Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Huge thanks to all of them. We're going to take a break as we step away for the national anthem. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Well, welcome back here as we get ready for the starting lineups. For the Cowboys, you're going to have senior Jack Perry, number 18, senior Evan O'Brien. Number 12, he's a junior, that's Rustin Hatch. Number 21, River Hayden, he's a junior. And number 20, Luke Rindlisbacher. And then number 13, Lukey Welker. Those all juniors. And then a sophomore, Hayden Franson. And then you've got number 33, Craig Yost, and that's the starters, and that's all but one of them. Head coach Corey Hatch, offensive coach, coordinator Tracy Corda, and defensive coordinator Scott Hayden. And now we'll go through the Hagerman Pirates, their lineup. Just 3 seniors on this team, a bunch of juniors, a bunch of sophomores, and then a handful of freshmen. And the big thing I noticed, Dean, well, we were talking about this a little bit when I looked at their roster. About half their roster is sophomores and freshmen. That bodes well for coming up.
Well.
And the freshmen are big kids. You've got, 180 pounds, 155, 140, 140, 175, 170. And then you go to the sophomores, 210, 150, 185, 135. And then you have Luke Bogard, 5 foot nothing, 100 pounds. That's with all his pads. But I tell you what, those kids that Luke Bogard, we were talking to one of the parents up here, and he's not afraid of anybody down there.
No, he's got that bulldog mentality.
That's right.
He is. He might be short in stature, but he's got big game.
Our starters out here for the Pirates. We've got number 1, Kai Kendall. He's a junior. Number 8, Wyatt Mavenkamp. Number 5, Alex Johnson, sophomore out there. Number 7, Wyatt Hoskevek. Number 9, Seamus Merrill. Number 11, Martin Gonzalez. Number 44, Coleman Pierce. Number 57, that's a big kid out there. And I didn't catch, that's Alex Asher, their head coach. That is Bill Hicks. Assistant coaches, Jesse Coit, Chad Hoskevek, Andy Reben, Kyle Vader, Nick Gonzalez, Chad Huddleston, and Scott Shepard. And we're just about ready to get underway here. First quarter action. I said Hagerman 1-0 on the season. They beat Horseshoe Bend, Horseshoe Bend traditionally has a pretty decent football squad.
They usually are. They're pretty strong.
And North Gem lost to Castle Ford.
Another strong program.
Yeah, Castle Ford has been good over the years. And so we'll see how these two teams match up. Right now, numbers favoring the Pirates. As they'll kick off, back to receive for the Cowboys. It's number 13 back there. That's Lukey Welker. Doing the kicking for the Pirates, number 10, Jonah Knapp. So here we go. We're underway. It's a short kick. And off the hands of Colton, and that ball's still loose on the ground, but I think the Cowboys came up with it.
Yep, looks like number 7, Hayden Franson, comes up with the ball. Sure made it look interesting, though.
Yeah, dangerous opening kickoff there for the Cowboys. They about lost it on their own 25. There were a couple Pirates right there to try to cover.
When you're playing 8-man football, the big field and just the numbers, only 8 guys on the field, it's a good strategy just to test out, see what happens.
Yeah, try to kick it to an open spot and see if your fast guys can beat their guys there. So, under center, we'll go Rustin Hatch, and handoff right up the middle. Going to get a yard, maybe 2. Ball carrier is number 33, Craig Yost.
Coleman Pierce and Wyatt Mavenkamp on the tackle for the Pirates, stuffing it. Minimal gain for the Cowboys. They do, Coach was telling us before the game, they like to run and run a lot.
Man in motion, and this will be Hatch on a keeper. Little misdirection, but got nothing. Pirates weren't fooled up the middle. We're going to say no gain on the play, so it'll bring up 3rd and 9. We'll say 3rd and a short 8. as he got just a little forward progress, it looks like, based on that spot. Just underway here, and dark clouds all around us here, Dean. We gotta think happy thoughts.
That's right.
Make sure this doesn't pour down on us.
You might be able to hear the wind in our microphones. Hopefully not, but if you do.
Hatch with a carry, trying to get to the outside, and he's not gonna get there.
Bit of a breeze tonight. Hatch on the carry. Good game, but still short of the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and about 4 from their own 31-yard line, and they're going to kick away. It'll look like Craig Yost, who will punt it away. Man back to receive for the Pirates. Short punt. Bounces right into the hands of return man Merrill. Merrill down the near sideline and then taken out of bounds. But great field position for the Pirates all the way down near the 35. They'll mark him out at the 37, it looks like. 1st and 10 for Hagerman. Good group of fans here for the Pirates. The hometown crowd showing up. Of course, you got all the people. You see this a lot at, especially at small schools, but hanging out in the back of their trucks and vehicles around the outside of the fence. And then, of course, the big group down here in front of us in the bleachers. North Gem across the way. Handoff, good space. Nearly caught in the backfield and now still running. And taken down, a lot of running for about a 2-yard gain. That was Kai Kendall, 6'2", 175-pound junior.
Showed some quickness, but the North Gem defense was right there to keep the gain minimal.
Yeah, they did a good job corralling him and forcing him back into the middle. So short gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. 9:28 left here in the first quarter, just underway here in Magic Valley game night. Back to pass. They'll fling it out in the open, threw it well over the head of the intended receiver. That was Hoskevek, and Hoskevek's got hops, but that would have taken about a 60-inch vertical.
Yeah, he would have needed a trampoline for that one.
So it'll be on the incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8. It was a good play, too. Hoskevek had some room to run. He had a blocker out there. He just overthrew. The quarterback just overthrew him.
Yeah, we'll see that one again. He was open.
Maven Camp. 2 wideouts to the right and 1 here to the near side. Maven Camp back in the gun. Trying to get them to jump. Play clock's running down, but he gets it off. Just a little inside toss and room to run. Flag comes in at the line of scrimmage. He didn't make the line to gain anyways, about a yard shy, but I gotta think we got a hold in the middle that's gonna bring that back. Now block in the back actually is the call against the Pirates. So it'll stay 3rd down, but it'll be 10 yards from the spot. So that'll make it 3rd and about 15 or 16. Actually, maybe more like 3rd and 17. So a long ways to go here for the Pirates. Still inside their own half of the field. Back to pass, now in trouble, getting rushed. Breaks free into the secondary, but is just going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th and about 9 after the run.
Went back to pass, didn't find anybody open, decided to scramble. Good gain, but still a ways to go on 4th down.
Yeah, it was good coverage and good pursuit by North Gem. They kind of got in the backfield a lot quicker, I think, than what they were expecting, and he had no time to throw the ball.
Looks like they're going for it on 4th down.
Another high snap, he corrals it. Pass to the sticks, it's caught. 1st down and a little more across the 25 down to the 24. Tight coverage, but the receiver came away with it. That was Merrill on the reception out there on the far side. So the first 4th down gets converted by the Pirates, and they'll keep the ball going here with 8:11 left in the first quarter. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. Back to pass again. Man wide open and down to about the 16-yard line. Another good gain on first down. That's Kendall with their catch. It'll be 2nd and short, about 2nd and 1.
Yeah, he just ran that quick little hitch from the slot. He was open. North Gem defense was giving him some space, so they took advantage.
Two different offenses here. We're going to see basically all running from North Gem, and we've seen a lot of pass plays out of the Pirates. Now lined up in a little more traditional run offense, and there goes Kendall right up the middle, across the 10, inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pirates from the, looks like right at the 9-yard line. So an early scoring opportunity here for Hagerman with 7 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Yep, Hagerman in no rush, taking their time getting to the line.
Little fake handoff, and then looks like Mavencamp will keep it himself. And he gets stood up, never went down, but progression stopped down to about the 6, so now it'll be 2nd and goal. It seems like the run defense is pretty stout for North Gem.
Yep, they were ready for that option. They definitely didn't get tricked.
Right now the pass plays have been the big gainers though for the Pirates. Handoff up the middle again, dragging a tackler down to about the 3. It'll be 3rd and goal now. Let's see if North Gem can come up with a big stop here inside the 5. 6 minutes and counting here in the first quarter. North Gem Cowboys making the long drive from southeast Idaho and Bancroft to get here to Hagerman. And now they'll spread it out. Under center is Mavencamp. Pitches it out. He's got a couple blockers, spins off one into the end zone. Touchdown, Hagerman. Hoskevek with the carry. And just like that, it is 6-0 Hagerman.
Just a simple toss play, spread the defense out, and threw a little trickery, little spin move, and he earns a trip to the end zone. Good run.
That score coming with 5:35, about a 3-yard toss play to Hoskevek, and now they'll line up to go for 2. Wide open across the middle, Kai Kendall with the catch, and it is now 8-0. Mavencamp to Kendall on the 2-point conversion. And with 5:35 left here in the first, it's Hagerman up 8-0 over North Gem. I want to remind everybody that you can get in your Friday night Gridiron game picks. You can go in. Paul Kingsbury puts in all those games, and Brandon Bainey, they put those games in. You can go in and pick your winners, and then there's a tiebreaker, a score, and if you are the season winner, you can win some cash. So if you pick the most games. If you're able to see my picks, you should just pick exactly opposite of what I do, and you'll probably win. I think I picked like 5 games right last week.
Now, is the rule you have to pick the games before they're played?
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you have to get, normally the game picks close. It varies a little each week because we had some big games on Thursday last night. And so some of the picks actually closed last night. If there aren't any Thursday games going on, generally then everything will close on Friday, but before the start of the first game. Same spot, this one handled cleanly, taken at the 40 and stopped immediately right there. On the return for the Cowboys, that's River Hayden.
He was definitely ready this time.
Yeah,
Made sure he had the ball and then went for the run.
Yeah, they kicked it right to the exact same spot.
But Hagerman was there to make the tackle, so he didn't get very far.
A good starting field position, much better this time for the Cowboys, as they'll start off on their own 40-yard line. And it looks like they got Hagerman to jump off sides. I think it was number 7, that Hoskevek on the far side. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Out to the 45 now for the Cowboys. Under center is Hatch. Handoff up the middle, spun away from a tackler. Nice run. Taken down at the 50, very close to a first down. That is Craig Yost on the carry.
Seamus Merrill making the tackle, saving a big gain for the Cowboys.
Yeah, good tough run from Yost. Like you said, if he breaks that last tackle, there's a lot of green grass in front of him. And speaking of green grass, this grass is beautiful. That good old water out of the Snake River behind us, water in this. Little pitch out, dangerous play, and not going anywhere. They got it. They did give him the first down on the last run, but that'll be 2nd and 10 after the tackle. The pitch went to Jack Perry, and honestly, Dean, Perry was lucky to hang on to that thing.
He was. He was. Rusty Hatch held on to the option as long as he could, pitched it out, and the running back, I don't know if he was ready, but it came in pretty hot. So luckily he held on to it. 2nd down for the Cowboys.
Hatch, little option, little fake handoff, and then takes it himself up the middle, little read option. Picks up about a yard, maybe 2. They give him a heck of a forward progress, I feel like, on that. Good for him. A couple of yards on the carry. It'll be 3rd and 8. Now for the Cowboys, 3:50 left here in the first quarter. 8-0. Hagerman, they got a big stop, forced a punt. Gave him a short field, and they were able to finish it off into the end zone and got the 2-point conversion. Pitch out, forced him back inside, broke a tackle, but not the second. On the carry, number 13, Lukey Welker.
Coleman Pierce there once again for the Pirates, saving a huge gain for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was good
that
pursuit.
Had first down written all over it.
Yeah, good pursuit by Pierce coming up from his linebacker spot. Kind of shot out of nowhere to take him down. So 4th and about 6. We'll see what the Cowboys are going to do. They are across midfield, sitting at about the 46-yard line, so not a long ways across. They're going to go for it. At least they're lined up to go for it. Under center, it's Hatch, man in motion. Hatch rolling, got a man behind him. He's in trouble, he's going to be sacked from behind. What about a 2-yard loss? And that looked like Wyatt Haskevek, who tracked him down from behind, sacked him for the loss, and forced the turnover on downs.
North Gem running that option. Hagerman was not fooled, and they were ready to make that tackle in the backfield.
So a timeout taken across the way by the Cowboys. As they turn it over on downs, it'll be Hagerman's ball when we come back. We're going to step away for a quick break. You're watching Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back. After the timeout by the Cowboys, it's first down for the Pirates at the 48-yard line. Another good field position for Hagerman. 2:41 left here in the first quarter. They're going to be lucky to get this play off. And they just do. Back to pass. Down the middle, he's got his man open. What an over-the-shoulder catch by Kendall. I didn't think there was any way he was going to adjust to it, and he hauled it in. Beautiful ball by Mavenkamp to Kendall, and all the way down inside the red zone to the 13-yard line.
Harkens back to the days of Willie Mays out in the polo grounds. That's exactly what it looked like, right over the shoulder. That was a great play for anybody, high school, college, pro. That was an amazing catch.
He was looking to his outside shoulder, and the ball came back into the middle, made the adjustment and caught it. Handoff to Kendall, breaks the first tackle, splits a couple defenders, and now down inside the 5 to the 4.
Tough running by Kai Kendall. He's going to be hard to take down.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1, so it's just inside the 5 is where the ball's placed with 1:50 and counting here in the first quarter. Still room for a first down across the 4-yard line. So the Pirates head back to the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts to the left. It's Kendall along with Merrill. Merrill the wideout. Little misdirection, handoff up the middle and taken down on the carry. That was Hoskevek. A nice tackle inside by the Cowboys. Well, there's a lot of just trying to get guys to lean the wrong way and to get the defense to shift. You know, they line up those the two wideouts here to the left, and then they just kind of run it a little bit to the right off that right tackle.
Yep, they're taking advantage of the misdirection there.
Handoff up the middle. Did he get to the goal line? He did. Touchdown, Pirates. It's Wyatt Hoskevek with the carry, and now it's 14-0.
Nothing tricky about that one, just a fullback dive right up the middle between the center and the guard, and he gets enough to cross the line. Touchdown.
And that's the thing, he didn't need much, just about 3 yards to get to the goal line. He got them all, and they'll line up to go for 2 here again. Tight formation. Just a quarterback sneak right up the middle. Nowhere to go. Now he bounces to the outside. It's a foot race, and he's going to win it. That's Wyatt Mavenkamp. Kept it himself. 2-point conversion is good. It looked like they had him stopped, but he got free. And now it's 16-0 with 1:12 left here in the first.
River Hayden gave chase, but he just didn't have the angle. And the young man runs it in for another touchdown, or for a 2-point conversion, excuse me.
If you're on IdahoSports.com, which if you're listening to us and watching, you are, check out the coaches polls. Check out the media polls for all the sports going on this fall. You've got volleyball polls out there, soccer for boys and girls, and of course football polls. Check those out, see where your team's ranked. It's still really early in the season, but it's kind of fun to see where the media thinks you're ranked, where all the coaches think you're ranked, and then see if you can prove them wrong if you're not in that top 5.
That's right.
There's a lot of season left.
Yeah.
As most schools just getting underway for a couple weeks now at most. Some just started last week, so. And a deep kick there, picked up at the 9. And on the carry, not much room to go, down across the 20 to the 21. That ball's taken on the return by Lukey Welker. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. You know, and field position a big difference here.
Yes, for sure.
North Gem, a couple times now they've started back inside their own, well, 25 or deeper, whereas the Pirates, you know, they start at about the 35 of North Gem and then out here at about their own 45. So good starting field position for the Pirates, not so much for the Cowboys. Handoff, good carry out to the 25. And nice carry there again by Yost.
Yep, they gave it to him on the dive up the middle. Good gain. Let's see if they can turn that into a first down coming up.
Clock running down here in the first quarter, down to 30 seconds left here. Another handoff up the middle. Picking up 3 or 4 more. Going to be about a yard shy of the first down, it looks like. So it'll be 3rd and 1 upcoming. 13 seconds on the clock. They may not get another playoff. We'll see how quickly they want to snap it here. 5 seconds as Hatch goes under center, and they do a quick snap. Quarterback keeper, he got the first down right at the first quarter horn. So it'll be 1st and goal when we come back to start the second quarter from about the 31-yard line. But the Hagerman Pirates up 16-0 early here on the North Gem Cowboys. We'll step away. This is IdahoSports.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
First down for the Cowboys.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second quarter. Switched ends of the field. That keeper taken by Hatch, Rustin Hatch, picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 as the Cowboys headed north now. If I've got my directions right here, I think that's north. Handoff up the middle. Good tough running by Yost. You know, and Yost is just one slip tackle away from breaking a big run. There's a couple times we've seen him break through there. Now, he is a tough north and south runner.
Yeah, he's not a guy I'd want to tackle if I was on defense. He comes in full speed ahead.
Yeah, 5'8", 190 pounds. And a little jump there. Now the question is, are we going to have a false start, or was he little discussion?
Well, we had both members on each end. We had an offensive member move. We had a defensive member move.
I'm going to say false start.
Yep, it's on the offense.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I couldn't tell whether the defense got across the ball, because in high school, if you do that, that's automatic. But we definitely had this near side lineman jump for the Cowboys. So 3rd and 10 now after the penalty. A little hitch there from that wasn't called, but hitting the backfield and nowhere to go. Now it'll be 4th and 10. Down the line, there was a little movement again from that offensive line.
4th and 10 from the 30.
But now 4th and 10, and Yost will go back, it looks like, to punt this away. 2 return for the Pirates. That'll be Merrill standing back at the 40. Nice end-over-end punt. Take a nice bounce, and the Pirates will get out of the way, and it'll be down at the 35. So good job by the Cowboys to kind of switch the field up a little bit. And it'll be the Pirates' ball with 10:20 left here in the second quarter. Pirates up 16-0. Now, the other thing to keep track of on IdahoSports.com is the weekly podcasts from around the state. There's the Magic Valley podcast hosted by Scott Burton, administrator at Jerome High School, but a longtime broadcaster and part of IdahoSports.com as well. Brandon Bainey kind of facilitates those discussions. But if you want to know what's going on in your part of the state, that's where you go to listen. Pass right down the middle and tipped away off the hands of a couple of receivers. There is a flag out at about the 41-yard line. That was a dangerous pass. It's kind of up in the middle of everybody. So an ineligible receiver downfield for the Pirates. It'll stay first down, back him up 5 yards. That's tough to do in 8-man.
It sure is, with everybody's number 8 or 11 or 22. It could be the center who's number 22. So as a referee, you got to make sure you know who's on the line, who's eligible.
Yeah, there's only like 3 guys that aren't eligible, so. Just a straight run here from Mavencamp. Mavencamp taken down at the original line of scrimmage. 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. 10:01 left here in the second. On Hagerman, if you haven't been to Hagerman or through Hagerman, it's a nice little town. Kind of a little resorty, a little.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the rivers here, of course.
They've got some nice restaurants along the river as well.
Very nice restaurants. You're not far from kind of the Thousand Springs area, some of the hot springs up that way. And not far off the interstate. It's a great place to drive through and stop for something to eat. Nice little move on the outside. Kendall all the way down across midfield. There is a flag all the way back at about the 33-yard line. I'm going to guess holding. It is holding against the Pirates. So they'll replay 2nd down, but it's going to be from way back there. Back around the 23, 24-yard line is what it looks like. So it'll be 2nd and about 22, 23.
Yep, Hagerman this drive, it's like that old country song, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. They've been shooting themselves in the foot, haven't been doing themselves any favors. They've been doing so well so far, but this drive, just mistakes. And you can't give a team like North Gem, you can't make too many mistakes against North Gem.
Mavencamp back in the gun, looking down to pass. It's Kendall. He moves to the outside. Another flag's thrown. Kendall was headed for the end zone and forgot the ball. Tough one as it tipped off his fingers. But there is a flag back there. It was probably coming back anyways. Holding against the Pirates. The Cowboys decline, so it'll be 3rd and actually I guess just 21. So Kendall would have got a lot of running in there had he caught that for nothing.
he's still going to be kicking himself for that penalty or no. He's telling himself, man, I should have had that one.
So 3rd and 20 officially. Back to pass Mavenkamp. Mavenkamp going to try to rush, gets upended and taken down. Number 18, Evan O'Brien, and number 7, Hayden Franson, sandwiched him and took him down. On the sack. So now 4th and 22 for the Pirates. They've got to get all the way out to the 45. The ball sitting back at the 23-yard line, and to punt it away, it'll be Gonzalez. Martin Gonzalez, number 11, 6'2" junior. Good punt up into the air. Takes a sideways bounce, and it'll be downed at about the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys coming back. You know, the Cowboys, they had one substitute, and he went out a little earlier with a big hit. I think. I want to say it was Jack Perry, the guy that went out, number 9. I think that's correct. And he is still sitting over there on the bench. Went out about midway through the 1st quarter. Yost up the middle, gets a yard or 2. Mavenkamp on the tackle. And Yost, definitely the featured back. Hatch and Yost, the 2 runners. I want to take a quick look at our info from head coach Corey Hatch. He talked about Kamaka Miller as a junior. He came back to play. He joined us late, he says. He's eligible this week, so he's in the game, and Cowboys are happy about that. Ball up in the air, tipped, and then falls incomplete. Good coverage out there by Martin Gonzalez. And it'll be 3rd and 8, but that's Kamaka Miller, who came in, number 96, to replace Perry. And now Perry has got his helmet back over there on. He may be trying to get back into this ball game. Read option and nowhere to go, as Hatch got taken down at the line of scrimmage. 4th down. Fourth and 9, and it looks like Yost will punt it away. Low snap. Yost does get it away, and a good punt. Taken on the run by the return man, and off the sideline, sheds one tackler and then taken out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So basically no net gain on that play as the ball returned out to where the original line of scrimmage was, where they punted.
That was a good return, avoiding tacklers, making a move here and there, gets him back to the 45 and in great field possession.
Seamus Miller, 150-pound junior. Puts the Pirates in another good spot to score here. 6:28 left in the 2nd quarter. The wind picking up a little bit here in Hagerman. It'll make it bootleg, and I saw that same move at the rodeo last night. Big tackle by Jack Perry to take down Mavenkamp back there. Just bulldogged him.
Yeah. Thankfully, Mavenkamp's okay.
And Mavenkamp was holding his own. He was trying to shed him as he had the stiff arm out, trying to push him off of him, but Perry did a great job holding on.
And it's good to see Perry back in the game after taking a little time off.
Yeah, he subs back in for Miller. Miller will get a water break over there.
And when you've got 9 guys on your team, you got to be tough.
Pass out in the flat to Kendall. Kendall, nice shoestring tackle. That time by Franson. Short gain, so it's going to be 3rd and about 16, it looks like.
That wide receiver screen executed well by Hagerman, but Northgem saw it coming, broke through the blockers, and made a great tackle.
That's a great point, Dean, that Franson, shed his would-be blocker to make that tackle, because they had a couple guys in front of Kendall to try to block downfield. 5 minutes and counting here in the first half. Back to pass, rushes on, and he's in trouble, sacked back at the 40.
Northgem, they are not backing down. They are tough up the middle. And when they see that quarterback with any kind of spacer in them, they swarm.
Yeah, that was both Franson and O'Brien. O'Brien going to get the majority of that sack, but they dropped him all the way back to the 40. So it's 4th and 25. Good opportunity here for Northgem. And I don't think that was slated to be a fake punt, but he had no choice. He's going to get dropped back at the 47, and a turnover on downs. Northgem will take over.
Good as any punt return. They'll take that for the field position.
And I don't think that was a designed fake punt.
No, it was a low snap, and he just improvised, did the best he could, but just could not make up the yardage to get that first down.
Yeah, Gonzalez had a man bearing down on him, would have blocked any attempted punt, so he took off with it, did the smart thing, but ended up short. So 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, under center. Pitch out. Goes to Welker. Welker, that's probably one of their best plays of the game thus far. Pick up about 6 on the play. Gonzalez with the tackle over there on the far side.
Northgem trying to take advantage of the momentum they've been building. They'll want to score before the half, just for pride and to stay in this game. You don't want to go down any more than 2 scores.
Yeah, with as little offenses they've been able to produce, going down just 1 score would be a huge benefit. And I almost think, man, I couldn't even tell if that was a forward pitch or not. It looked like a backward pitch still, so it was ruled a fumble, but the Cowboys recover. They really did gain some momentum on that last defensive stop. Couple big plays, couple big sacks, and then force the turnover on downs.
Now they're trying to do what they do, which is run and use it to their advantage.
Pitch out to Yost.
Much
Yost
better.
Looking for somewhere to go. Great tackle by number 44, Coleman Pierce.
As the 3rd time they've run that sweep, Hagerman was ready.
And at some point, you think that Northgem has got to at least mix in a pass here or there, because
for sure,
Hagerman knows they're going to run it. It's just a matter of, okay, where? But really at that point it's like, okay, just keep everybody inside of us and we'll be fine. As long as we don't miss any tackles, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, a swing pass every now and then, maybe a screen pass.
There is the pass, but left it short.
A little short.
A little out and go right there, a little pump fake would have gone a long ways. So they turn it over on downs, can't capitalize on the good defensive stop. So they'll have to get another stop here with 2:19 left in the half. Try to keep this at 2 scores.
It just seemed like on that series, when Northgem was on offense, they were maybe too excited. They were trying to rush, trying to go a little too fast when maybe they could have just taken a little slow and executed a little bit better. But
handoff up the middle. Nice tackle there. Made by Franson, and now a timeout taken by Hagerman with 2:11 left here in the first half. And we want to thank our power boosters as well for tonight's game. For the Hagerman Pirates, one of our partners here at IdahoSports.com. And that is going to be Winning Solutions Marketing. We've partnered up with Winning Solutions Marketing. They connect family, business, and community and support student athletics. So if you've seen those the big calendars that have, or schedules that has the team schedule and their pictures.
Oh yeah, usually with the seniors.
Yep.
I
Those
love
types.
those.
That's Winning Solutions Marketing does that here in the Magic Valley. They've got quite a few schools on board. So if you're interested, they work with the athletic directors. A lot of the money actually from the advertisers on those, the marketing on those, goes back to the schools. I think I saw there was something like they gave back like $160,000 or something like that to the schools so far. A great company trying to give back to the local schools here in the Magic Valley and beyond. Kendall switching directions. What a move there by Kendall. First down and more. He's still on his feet. Finally dropped at the first down marker. 1:57 on the clock. 1st and 10. Kai Kendall.
Yep, again, showed some agility, showed some speed, some quickness, and just enough to get the first down.
Good move. Good moves by Kendall. I think the only thing I say if I'm head coach Bill Hicks right there is, okay, great moves, breaking ankles. At some point, just turn up field and try to go. Pick up as many yards as you can.
That's right.
But he did put on a little bit of a show right there. 1st and 10, minute 25 and counting. Wide out to each side. Bad snap, and I think it hit the bottom of the center, and diving in there to recover it for the Cowboys is Evan O'Brien.
Huge turnover at this point of the game. Just over a minute to go. North Gem gets a second chance this quarter to hopefully put some points on the board.
They're going to need to break a big play here, though, with just a minute 17 to work. 1st and 10 from midfield for the Cowboys. Handoff up the middle, and Yost broke free, but his knee went down. I thought he was going to break free for a moment. But no gain on the play, so 2nd and 10, 55 seconds and counting here in the first half. Back to pass, looking downfield. Hatch lets it fly. He's got a receiver, nearly picked off. Coming over there was Martin Gonzalez, nearly had the interception. As it is, it'll be 3rd and 10 with 39 seconds left.
It was a great jump, great play on the ball, just could not bring it back in. Incomplete pass, which I think Hagerman will be satisfied with, but that interception would have been really nice.
So 3rd and 10. Hatch keeps it, trying to break into the secondary. Good run, but just going to pick up about 5. Clock still running, and now a timeout called by North Gem with 33 seconds left here in the first half. Big slate of games on IdahoSports.com tonight. So kind of bounce around and take a look at other games going along around the state. Of course, you got the Friday Night Flash as well, with scores coming in from all across the state. You can keep up to date on what's happening in other parts of the state. North, south, east, and west, we got you covered here on IdahoSports.com. Of course, we've got a couple good broadcast teams up in North Idaho. Of course, Brandon Baney, our sports editor, is up there now, moved up there with his family. He's up there with Ryan Skaggs. We got Garrison Hardy up north. Brian Hall doing some games for us. So the good group up north. Of course, our Eastern Idaho guys busy tonight as well. We're here in the Magic Valley today. Me and Dean bringing you the action here from Hagerman, Idaho. After the timeout, Hatch rolling right, looking for room to run. On fourth down, he's not going to get to the sticks. They kept the clock running. I thought he was going to get knocked out of bounds. And they did stop the clock over here. Wow, he got a lot closer than I thought.
There's a lot of traffic in our view. Looked like he went out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he was at least a yard short, but they marked him right near the 40, which is where the sticks are at. So this could be a big call here.
And in those situations, the referee on the sideline is trying to get out of the way and still watch the play. So we can't judge it on where the referee was.
Or where the sticks are at. Oh, that's a first down just by the nose of the football.
Barely.
So a great run.
But just barely or by a lot, it still counts as
That's
a first
right.
down.
Same result. A great run by Hatch to pick up that first down. And so a little bit of life here still at the end of the first half. 24 seconds left on the clock. Hatch back to pass. Downfield, overthrew everybody. Was under some pressure as well. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 19 seconds left on the clock. This is what I love about small town football. Over here to our left, we've got some, I don't know, how old are those kids? 7, 8, maybe?
Maybe at the oldest.
On top of the train car storage unit over here. Little UFC going on over here.
Yeah.
As that pass goes incomplete. 15 seconds left. Having a good time on a Friday night.
They're just waiting for the boys to go into the locker rooms at halftime so they can play
That's right.
on the field.
So they can get down there on the grass.
So they can tackle each other. Just like the big boys, just like their high school heroes.
Yep. A great Friday night here in Hagerman. You can smell the concession stands blowing over toward us. As Hatch rolls out to his right, looking for room to go. Gets grabbed from behind and then driven back. First man there was number 44, Coleman Pierce. And then finishing him off was Hoskevek. Timeout taken by the Cowboys with 8 seconds left. It's going to be 4th and about 14. So the wind kind of blowing directly at us here out of the east. Wind blowing east and west. Just hoping those dark clouds stay away from us.
That's right.
Well, Dean, next week, you won't be with me, but we'll be have Magic Valley game night from Kimberly.
Always a fun place for football.
And Kimberly with a good team this year. Take a look at who Kimberly's slated to play next week at 3A division. Kimberly 1-0 on the season. Tonight they play Jerome, and that game on September 8th, that'll be against the Fruitland Grizzlies. Pitch back, little misdirection. Yost's going to have a hard time finding anywhere to go. They won't pick up the first down.
Hagerman was fooled at first, but gathered up, caught up to Yost, took him down, minimal gain, turnover on downs.
Yeah, so a turnover on downs. Ball sit at the 44-yard line. 2 seconds left on the clock. And Hagerman, guess going for the Hail Mary here with 2 seconds left at the end of the half. They called a timeout to stop the clock. Well, I guess not really to stop the clock because you get the clock stoppage on the turnover on downs, but I guess just to convene and discuss what they're going to do here with 2 seconds left.
Just to make sure everybody's on the same page. That everybody understands what's going on. If they're taking a knee, if they're going to go for it, we'll see what happens.
The music selection on point here. Hagerman High School. DJ doing a good job down there on the radio. It looks like they are just going to take a knee. And that'll be it for the half. 16-0, the Pirates on top of the North Gym Cowboys. We'll step away for a little halftime break and come back, a little recap of the first half. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com. We will be right back.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the Magic Valley Prepcast covers every inch of District 4 activities in Idaho.
And I went out and watched Wood River play a couple days ago. This is a team that could surprise some people.
Hosted by Scott Burton, the Magic Valley Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area.
Tell you what, your story has captivated the Idaho sporting world.
Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, welcome into the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. Thinking about what's next for your career or education? Next Steps Idaho can help bring you closer to the life you want to lead. Thanks for watching us here at halftime, where the Pirates from Hagerman, the hometown Pirates, lead 16-0 over the North Gem Cowboys. Can hear that wind whipping around us a little bit. They're gonna have to turn the lights on here pretty quick because the dark clouds are rolling in around us. Hopefully the rain holds off and we can stay with you, because if it starts pouring, we're gonna have to pack up here a little bit with our electronics till the rain blows by. But a good first half from the Pirates. They started out quick out of the gate, scored twice quickly in that first quarter, and then some turnovers. They weren't able to move the football. North Gem's defense really stepped up, forced a couple turnovers on downs, and then but the Hagerman defense stood up as well and didn't allow North Gem to capitalize. So here we sit, 16-0. 2 rushing touchdowns for the Pirates. I believe they were both by Hoskevek. First one was about a 3-yard run. The next one, I believe, came in from about 7 or 8 yards out. Both 2-point conversions were good. I think Kai Kendall caught one of them, and then it was the quarterback, Mavenkamp, ran the other one in himself. And that's our scoring for the first half. Be interesting. I haven't been keeping track of total yardage there in that first half, but positive yards, there wasn't many of them for the Cowboys.
No. They run that flex bone type option offense, but Hagerman's been ready. They've limited the Cowboys to only 1 or 2 big plays, and by big plays, maybe 6 to 8 yards at the most. Hagerman's been prepared. North Gem just hasn't been able to fool the Pirates, and the Pirates have been there.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think North Gem has had one play over 10 yards. Everything's been 10 or less. As you mentioned it earlier, Dean, that the kids were going to get out onto the football field as soon as the big guys left, and they're all out here enjoying it. And I'm telling you, that grass looks plush out there in places.
It's a nice field. There's the one little patch out there by midfield, but otherwise, this field looks great. They do a great job maintaining this field. It's a nice little place for a football game.
Yeah, beautiful setting here, down here in the valley in Hagerman. You just drop out of the canyon, cross the Snake River, at least coming from the Twin Falls area, on Highway 30, cross the river and a couple more miles, and you kind of pull through this beautiful main street of Hagerman. A lot of good restaurants down through here for such a small town. Good places to eat. And a nice little high school here, Hagerman High School. The home of the Pirates, Pirate Nation, they've got painted over there. And they're on top here, 16-0 at halftime. I want to take a quick look at, as we're here in the Next Steps Idaho halftime show, take a look at any scores we might have from around the state that have come in. Just taking a look here at the Friday Night Flash on IdahoSports.com. Right now in the 5A ranks, Madison leading Blackfoot 14-9. That's a 5A, 4A matchup. We got Mountain View on top of Rocky Mountain, 17-0. Hillcrest over Thunder Ridge. That's a 4A, 5A matchup, 15-0 over Thunder Ridge. American Fork playing Rigby. That's at Rigby. American Fork up 20-7. And then Post Falls up on Timberline, 33-9 at Donald Larson Park. Take a look at the 4A ranks. Emmett up on Fruitland. Emmett, a 4A school. Fruitland, a 3A, 27-14. Got Canyon Ridge up on Wood River. Couple of Magic Valley teams. Let's see, Twin Falls up on Idaho Falls, 21-7 in the second quarter. Take a look at our 3A scores. 35-0 Homedale all over Gooding. You got McCall Donley 15-8 over Nampa Christian right now, and then Sugar Salem up 13-0 on Shelley. That's a 3A, 4A matchup. Shelley has won 3 of the last 4 state championships, and the one they lost was in overtime on a failed 2-point conversion in the championship game. So, you know, they could have 4 state championships, and they're slated to possibly win it again this year. They're the favorite in that 3A ranks again, so they could go 4 of 5 years winning the state championship and then getting second on their year off, if you want to call it that.
An off year getting second at state. Well, most schools would take that.
Yep. Take a look at the 1A D2 division. Mackey all over Clark County, 64-0. Hagerman, of course, we're right here, 16-0 over North Gem. Murtaugh up on Hanson, 48-0. The Red Devils.
They're looking strong this year. They could make a run.
And we talked about Horseshoe Bend being a pretty good football team. Hagerman, that's a team that Hagerman beat last week. 40-8 over Idaho City right now. Council up 30-0 over Lewis County. And it looks like we don't have an update on the Shoshone-Richfield game out of the Magic Valley. 1A D1, take a look at those. Valley up on Wilder, 22-0. And then, of course, just that Horseshoe Bend, Idaho City matchup, 40-8 and 48-0 Murtaugh over Hanson. So Murtaugh's 1A D1, is that correct?
Yes.
And Hanson 1A D2.
Yes.
So classification difference there, but
it is a big rivalry, Murtaugh and Hanson.
Yeah, those two,
looks like
10 miles apart?
Maybe.
Maybe. They're not far from each other. So right now, Murtaugh getting the best of the Huskies.
Murtaugh's returning a lot of kids from last year, some experience, and I really do expect them to make a run in the playoffs.
Well, we're still here at the Next Steps Idaho halftime. Minute 23 left on the clock, and it is getting dark. No rain as of yet. We're getting pretty lucky here. Maybe it'll swirl around us. I'm surprised they haven't turned the lights on yet, though. It's getting dark out there. Sun going down, setting behind the mountains behind us. Just a reminder that Hagerman deferred. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they'll get the ball to start here in the second half. Already hanging on to a 16-point lead. Those 2 opening drives, pretty impressive. Of course, they both came with short fields, too, for the Pirates. But they hold a commanding 2-score lead here.
North Gem has not backed down. They have stood up to everything Hagerman has given them. Even on the short field, they're playing tough. They tackle well, and they don't look to be intimidated at all.
So the kickoff going to take a bounce in front of Kendall. Kendall juking, still on his feet. Kendall breaking tackles. Kendall can't get away from the last guy. I thought he was going to break free. As it is, still a great return out to the 45-yard line.
He just refuses to go down on first contact. Juking, spinning, doing whatever he can to get that extra yard. That's what you like to see out of your young football players. Of course, this kid's a junior, so plenty of football to come for this young Kai Kendall, having a great showing tonight.
So we've got I think that Maven Camp went out and kind of banged up his shoulder. So that's Kendall back there at the quarterbacks, making guys miss still, and all the way out across midfield down to the 38-yard line. But it looks like Maven Camp is done for the evening, kind of holding that right shoulder. Wyatt Maven Camp, the sophomore quarterback. I noticed he had his shirt off earlier down there, and they're kind of taking a look at him, but I half expected him to be back in the game. But it looks like he might be done for the evening. So they'll take Kendall, who will move under center in the I formation. Hand off to the second man through. It's Martin. Martin with a burst of speed. And it gets stood up, but a huge pickup. First down all the way down to the 25-yard line.
That was some great blocking by Hagerman. The running back made it all the way past the linebackers before anybody was even close to tackling him. Just a great team play.
Third quarter underway here, just 11 minutes on the clock still here. The Pirates driving again. Hand off to the second man, it's Martin. Martin puts a move on, and he'll go to the end zone. Touchdown, Hagerman.
Basically untouched.
He put a move on Yost. Just an inside out. And man, you see some speed from Martin there. That's a dangerous duo with Kendall and Martin running the football.
It sure is. He got out into some space and just turned the jets on. Nobody could catch him. Great run.
So they'll go for the two-point conversion. I formation, man split out to the right. They'll pitch it to Martin. Martin's just going to race to the outside. Two-point conversion's good. Martin Gonzalez.
Showing that speed, showing that quickness, got to the outside. North Gem couldn't catch up. And by the time they could, he was already in the end zone for the two-point conversion.
So another opening drive touchdown. They scored on their first drive of the game. And now they score on their first drive of the second half to stretch this to a 24-0 lead. The lights are finally on here on the field. And now North Gem finding themselves in a big hole to try to dig out of. Plenty of time left in this ball game. 10:39 left here in the third, here on Magic Valley Game Night. Magic Valley Game Night, of course, presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Of course, the Idaho Transportation Department are IdahoSports.com Player of the Game sponsor. That ball kicked into the hole again, bounces up and taken. Now some room to run here, but the hole closed quickly on the return man, Hayden. Foster with the tackle on the return. That'll be 1st and 10 right from the 30.
He was looking for a lane on that return, and by the time he found one and turned it upfield, Hagerman was there for the tackle. Hagerman coming out, playing with a purpose the second half.
Hatch under center. Turn and hand it off to Yost, but Yost met immediately. Nowhere to go. And as soon as Yost, that ball hit his hands, he was hit by two of the Pirates' front line.
Yep, the Pirates have obviously done some film work. They've seen what North Gem can do. And they're showing that they're ready.
This time a pitch to the outside to Yost. Got a blocker out in front. Picks up a couple of yards. Again, good pursuit by the Pirates. It'll be 3rd and 8 upcoming.
Showing good discipline, not getting fooled by the option that North Gem is running. And then swarming, gang tackling. 2, 3 guys on the ball.
Keeper by Hatch this time. Falls forward for a few more. It's going to be 4th and about 4, a long 4. With 9:16 left here in the third quarter. And again, I think the Cowboys are going to have to punt this away as they're kind of deep in their own end. Ball sitting just beyond the 35-yard line. Yost gets it away. Good coverage, great coverage tackle back there by number 13, Lukey Welker. No return on the play. They'll get started about the 38-yard line.
North Gem definitely not scared to make a tackle. That was a great play, great coverage on the punt. We'll see if their defense holds up this time with Hagerman getting the ball again.
You know, Maven Camp wasn't as much of a threat to run, I feel like, from his quarterback position. A little more of a passing quarterback. Right now you've got Kendall, who's a threat, and Gonzalez. Gonzalez into the secondary again, and he's going to outrun everybody.
A huge hole made by the Hagerman offensive line. And he just ran through, turned the Jets on down the sideline. No one was going to catch him. Touchdown, Hagerman.
Yeah, so far it's been Gonzalez and Kendall, number 11 and number 1, as they've tacked on 2 early touchdowns here in the third quarter. 8:41 still left on the clock. That was a one-play, 61-yard run by Gonzalez. Back to pass is Kendall. Slings it out to the goal line and off the hands of, I think that's Makovich, or Hoskovec, excuse me. And so the 2-point conversion, no good, but it's already 30-0 as the Pirates have tacked on 2 more touchdowns here in the third. Well, Coach Hatch has got his hands full. They're undermanned just by sheer numbers. You know, I think back of when I was a kid and we go play in these basketball tournaments, you know, and we usually only had 7 or 8 guys, and it was great, except for by the end of the day, we were exhausted. And football, maybe even worse. You get a few more breaks, I guess, but the field's bigger. There's a lot more contact, and you're wearing pads.
Yeah.
That ball on the ground, but I think the Cowboys covered it. And they did. Good job by Franson. Covered it up. So good starting field position for the Cowboys. Just a lot to ask of these young men. Just 9 of them.
Yep, you're having to play both ways. You got to make your blocks. You got to carry the ball. And then you got to make tackles too. It's a lot, especially for 9 guys on an 8-man team playing 8-man football. It's a lot to ask.
Hatch turns around. No, he'll keep it himself. Gets hit and going to pick up a yard or 2 as he falls forward. Good carry by Rustin Hatch. No, I was impressed, though, by Coach Hatch, all the good things he had to say about his teammates. You know, he sent us an email with some information and or about his players, just how good of young men they are and how hard they work. And, you know, just you could hear the pride in his tone in his email of
Definitely.
How proud he is of each one of these kids. First, you know, coming out for football, they want to compete, they want to play. Here they are.
And they're not backing down either. They're still running their offense. They're still going straight forward, straight ahead, not backing down from Hagerman. Even though Hagerman has the numbers, they're still playing tough, still giving it their all.
7:35 left here on the clock. Hatch pitches it this time out to Welker, but just nowhere to go. Swarming defense by the Pirates. Yost got hit in the middle, and Welker got hit just about as quickly as he caught that ball. So it'll be 4th and 10 from the 45. Looks like Yost will punt it away. And he does. Gets off a nice punt. Taken by the return man up that right sideline and nailed out of bounds. Good tackle over there by Yost. But a nice return also from Merrill. So he'll get out to their own 45, or out to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for the Pirates. Remind everybody that check out the Friday Night Flash, especially as the night starts to wrap up. Remember, the games up north are it's 8:30 here, but it's only 7:30 up north. So those games don't get, if you're down here in the Mountain Time zone, you'll have to wait around for a little bit for those games to get over. But all those scores will be coming in on IdahoSports.com. If you've got a score that we don't have, you can jump on there and submit a score as well. Kendall back in the gun, back to pass. Down the sideline, and it looked like Merrill had kind of held up a little bit, and that ball then sailed outside on him, probably due to the wind blowing from east to west right now.
He gave it a good jump, but it was just out of his reach.
Clock stopped, 6:49 left. 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. This one they'll pitch it back to Martin Gonzalez. Gonzalez more room to run, and he is shifty. The ball came loose, but there's a flag down, and I think we might have a face mask. No, a block in the back against the Pirates. I don't know who recovered that football. It looks like the Cowboys did. So, good defensive play by the Cowboys. They stripped the ball from Gonzalez. The Cowboys will decline the block in the back penalty, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 48.
Nordjam trying to build momentum. Great play on defense, recovering the fumble. Let's see if they can turn that into points.
On their own side of the field, the first time in a long time. Handoff. No, I think Hatch took that himself. He did. Faked the handoff up the middle, picked up. Doesn't look like he got maybe a foot. It'll be 2nd and basically 10 to go here. Clock continues to roll down to 6:20 here left in the 3rd. Handoff up the middle to Yost. Yost falls forward to the 45. It'll be 3rd and 7 upcoming for the North Gem Cowboys.
Seems to be a recurring theme tonight with the Cowboys. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. They just haven't been able consistently tonight to get those big chunk yards on those early downs.
And not a lot of first downs recorded for the Cowboys either in this ball game. Several 3 and outs. Yost trying to get the corner, cuts back the middle. There's a first down. Yost still on his feet. Leaping would-be tacklers. Great run by Yost. That's the best play of the ball game for the Cowboys.
I jinxed him in reverse.
They'll take more of that from you, Dean. First and 10.
Kai Kendall with a touchdown saving tackle. Great effort on his part. Doing it on both sides of the ball tonight, offense and defense. North Gem just needs to keep rolling.
And they did get him to jump off sides there. Good hard count from Hatch. Got the big number 57 there. I think it was 57. Yeah, Alex Asher to jump across. Got him to flinch there again. This pitch out to Yost. Yost hitting the backfield. That time he's not getting away. I feel like the sticks are in the wrong spot. Maybe did I miss a down? Oh, excuse, there was the penalty.
Yes.
There was the offsides penalty, so that's why it was 1st and 5. Now turns into 2nd and 6 on the loss on the play. I was really confused at why the yardage sticks were where they were. With 4:21 left here in the 3rd, Cowboys got a little momentum trying to find the end zone for the first time tonight. Handoff to Yost up the middle. Yost just can't break free. Picks up a couple more tough earned yards. And it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yost has been running tough, mostly up the middle.
You know, sorry, go ahead, Dean.
Oh, yeah, it takes 2 or 3 Hagerman guys to take him down. Just a tough guy, running hard.
And any time that he has tried to get to the outside, Hagerman's done a good job of forcing him back to the middle. A lot of quick pursuit onto the outside. Hatch rolling out. In trouble and taken down in the backfield. Keaton Brewer flies through there with a sack all the way back to the 35. It'll be 4th and 12 upcoming. And the Cowboys will go for it here, of course. Got a long ways to go to pick up that first down. They've got to get to about the 23-yard line. 3:08 and counting here in the 3rd. Back to pass. In trouble, got it away as he went down.
Wyatt Hoskovich bringing the pressure. Rusty Hatch had to rush the pass. Couldn't make a good pass. Football lands in the grass. Turnover on downs.
So with 2:48, a little momentum for the Cowboys comes up empty. After they forced the turnover, got a big run from Yost. Put them down to about the 35-yard line, but they couldn't go anywhere from there. So it's 1st and 10 for the Hagerman Pirates. Kendall turns around and hands it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, another 9 yards on the carry. Now Martin Gonzalez, not your traditional running back. 6'2", 155.
Yep.
So
he is tall and lean, but he runs. He runs tough.
Yeah, that time.
And he runs fast, as we've seen.
Yeah, very fast. And that time, I don't know if you could see that on the camera, but had that ball covered up with both arms as he went through traffic, not wanting to turn it over again. And again, he'll have both hands on it. Pick up the first down out across the 45 to the 46. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates from there. I'll move the sticks. 2:02 left here in the 3rd. It's interesting to see the way the offenses look with the 2 different quarterbacks.
Yes.
It's just a completely different running attack. The speed of it's a little different too. I think that Hagerman could really use that to their advantage going forward in the season. That might be the plan all along, I don't know. But that ball fumbled on the snap, but Kendall able to dive forward onto it. It'll be 3rd down now, and I think a timeout going to be taken by the Pirates. We'll take that timeout as well and step away. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back here after the timeout. 1:28 left here in the third. A 30-point lead here for the Pirates. 2 early scores in the third, and they're trying to tack on another. Martin rolls out. Plenty of room to run. Man open way down the field. It's caught. That's going to be a touchdown as Merrill got behind everybody, and he runs it in on a 54-yard touchdown pass from Kendall to Merrill, and it's 36-0.
Hagerman ran that play option. North Gem bit, went to the dive up the middle. No one was there. Quarterback rolls out, catches his guy out in the flat, and he just turns and runs. No one even close to him.
Yeah, there was 2 men behind the defense down there. Merrill was the deepest, and Kendall got it to him that time. So 2-point conversion. They'll pitch it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez changes directions and gets it in for the 2-point conversion. Well, Martin Gonzalez tacks on 2 more, and it's 38-0 now with 1:17 left here in the third.
He's definitely stepped up this second half.
Yeah, in that first half was a little more of Hoskevek. You know, Kendall was involved as well in that first half, and the quarterback, Mavenkamp. And then Mavenkamp banged up shoulder a little bit, so he'll be out for the rest of the night. Got some ice on it. And in comes Kendall at quarterback, and all of a sudden here comes Gonzalez line up in the backfield, and he's scored twice. Been part of some big plays.
Kendall has done well as the number 2 quarterback tonight, leading this offense. And of course, Martin Gonzalez having a great night.
Into kick, this time number 10 for Hagerman. That's Jonah Knapp. And that ball went out of bounds, so penalty marker coming. And it looks like instead of having them re-kick, it looks like they'll be happy to take it at the 35. Actually, I don't even know if that's still a rule. Is that still a rule? You still have the option to decline that and make them re-kick? I think it is.
Yes.
Okay.
It is still a rule.
It's been a while since I've been in the football rule book. So,
not many teams choose to take advantage of it, though.
To make them re-kick?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of teams do just take it at the 35. I think it's a smart move for North Gem. It's good starting field position for them. But there's times where it's like, if you got the right return guy, you might as well try it. Misdirection, pitch, and a big hit out on the outside. Keaton Brewer laid the lumber that time on Welker. Hit him right in the breadbasket, and Welker comes up holding his stomach a little bit.
North Gem faked the dive on the option, pitched out to the sweep. Hagerman was not fooled, and as you could see, they had a couple guys waiting.
Yeah, big hit by Brewer. He had a big sack earlier on a drive as well. 5'10" senior, 150 pounds. Having a big night defensively is Brewer for the Pirates. Hatch keeps it himself. Hatch has some room to run. He's going to be forced back to the inside, and then he's hit all the way down to the 35, though. A great run for Rustin Hatch.
North Gem still playing with confidence, getting the big play, big yards on the quarterback run. Let's see if they can turn that into points.
Yeah, Hatch looked like Ben Roethlisberger right there, rumbling down the field. Hatch, pretty big kid.
We've talked about Yost, but Hatch is a big kid to take down.
Or Bill Hicks wanted a hold on the outside there. There was a little bit of a grab that kind of sprung Yost to the outside as the third quarter ends. 38-0 though still. The Pirates are up. That'll end the quarter, so we'll switch ends. North Gem threatening here. This is their best spot of the night, as they're down inside the 20 for the first time all game. I want to thank Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Huge thanks to them being the presenting sponsors for Magic Valley Game Night. Tonight, we're here from Hagerman. Next week, we'll be in Kimberly. Got some games coming to you from Burley. That'll be later on in the season. And as we get ready to start the fourth quarter here, as I mentioned, inside the 20 down to the 16 for North Gem as they're looking to score. Of course, a lot of college football kicking off this weekend, too. There's a few games last weekend, but a full slate of games this weekend. Handoff to Yost. Yost's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards inside the 15. Of course, in state schools, Boise State headed up to play, is it number 10 Washington, I think? Facing off against the Huskies up there.
It's always a tough place to play. No matter what the record is, Husky Stadium, one of the toughest venues to go as a visiting team and try and win.
Handoff again to Yost, and he'll pick up another yard or two. It's going to be third and a long 5 with 11 minutes left here in the ball game. Of course, and a quick snap there, and just a straight quarterback keeper by Hatch, and I think he picked up the first down. Great job by Hatch just keeping those legs churning, and he picks up the first down just shy of the 5. First and goal for the Cowboys. You might think about just doing that again, and they do. This time don't get quite as many yards as Hatch falls forward for a couple down to the 4, maybe the 3. Of course, Idaho State, they headed down to San Diego State. They'll play the Aztecs tomorrow. Idaho State University with a new head coach this year. And new play-by-play guy, longtime voice of the Bengals, Jerry Miller, retired. And Scott Gross from there in Pocatello taking over. Hatch gets stood up, handed it off to Yost. I didn't even see the handoff to Yost. There was such a pile there.
Hagerman was ready up the middle. They're not getting fooled with Yost. They're bringing 2, 3, 4 guys at a time to bring that big guy down.
3rd and goal from the 5 now. Scott Gross has called a lot of games for Highland High School and for Pocatello High School there in Pocatello. Done some games with Scott too on IdahoSports.com, a great broadcaster. He'll do a great job for the Idaho State Bengals. Man in motion, rolling, got a man in the flat, and good recovery, nearly picked off. I thought they had him wide open. The intended receiver was Hayden, and I thought that was a touchdown, no question. I did not see Mr. Brewer come out of the backfield and almost pick that off.
He looked open, and then Brewer came out of nowhere, swatted the ball, dashing the hopes of the Cowboys on that play. Hopefully, we'll see on this next play.
Yeah, 4th and goal here, just inside the 5. 9:34 on the clock. Pitch out to Yost. Yost has a seam right at the defender. Touchdown, Cowboys. So North Gem gets on the board. A nice pitch and run by Yost. First points on the board. Come with 9:29 left here in the 4th quarter. It's 38-6, and they'll go for 2.
Another tough run by Yost, this time resulting in a touchdown. Once again, North Gem not backing down no matter their score.
Quarterback keeper on the 2-point conversion, and he did not get there. Comes up short, does Hatch, but the Cowboys get into the end zone, put some points on the board with 9:29 left here in the ball game. Reminder to check out the Friday Night Flash as scores continue to roll in throughout the night as games go final. And if you've got a score that we don't have, you can submit it on IdahoSports.com. So next week, there's some games that will be coming up played at Boise State on the blue turf. They put up Cameron Anderson, the Burley head coach, set up a 3-game showcase of Idaho high school football that'll be played there at Albertson Stadium on the blue turf. It's been a while since any regular season games that I can think of have been played on the blue turf.
It has been a while, and it's always a thrill as a high school athlete to get to play on those big fields, the college fields, sometimes even the professional stadiums. Always a thrill, always a good time, something you'll remember as an athlete for the rest of your life. I got to play at Boise State.
Very cool. Pretty neat. Yep. It's a great opportunity for those guys, and in a big venue. And that venue, man, it's changed a lot. When from 20, 25 years ago, I remember going in there and thinking, wow, this is a big place. And they have just put in the enclosures on the end, some big jumbotrons so that you can see what's going on, even if you're not right on the field. The press boxes and the suites they've put up. It's just a great venue.
It definitely has the feel of a big time football.
Yep.
And that's always fun.
Of course, Boise State hoping to make a little bit of a statement tomorrow if they can. Even if they go up to UW and just play tough, that would be a big boost to the confidence of a Boise State squad that looks a lot different than it has over the last several years. Andy Avalos, the head coach there. .845 and counting.
Couple missed snaps there by Hagerman. No gain on each.
Hagerman has had their fair share of miscues. There's another one, as they've got a different quarterback in there again, and I don't know if that's the issue, is just the exchange between quarterbacks, but that in there that time is number 2, Andrew, I think it's Rebon, a sophomore, trying to get a few snaps in there.
It seems like a simple thing, but there is more to it.
That ball nearly blocked, but a good punt away by Gonzalez. And the Cowboys will let it lay right there, and they'll take over on the 36-yard line with 7:51 left here in the ball game. And Dean, I don't know how, but you said that we weren't going to get rained on, and so far you are right. There has been wind blowing and dark clouds in our face the entire time we've been here, and not a drop.
We're doing good so far. We still got less than 8 minutes to go, but I'm feeling good about our chances.
We're going to get packed up. We're going to get down to the car, and it's just going to break loose and pour.
Which is fine, because then we'll be
totally
in the car
fine.
and we'll be on the road.
Hand off. No, Hatch keeps it himself. Nice play by Hatch. Good pickup on first down.
And again, North Gem playing tough. Not scared, not showing any intimidation. Just coming straight at these Hagerman Pirates. Full force, full blast. You know, you mentioned this is week 2 of high school football. College football is underway. Next weekend, the NFL kicks off as well.
A lot of football being played this time of year. Hatch keeps it himself again. Very close to a first down. They might give it to him. And a little extra encouragement from the defensive coach down there for Hagerman. He has not quit coaching either with 7.5 minutes left here.
3rd and inches.
Third and inches for the Cowboys. Pitched to the backfield. First down. Tripped up by Brewer again, but he's able to fall forward for the first down. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. 7:06 left here in the 4th. You know, you can tell when coaches are passionate when you're up 38-6 and you're still coaching with everything you've got for your kids, trying to, you know, and that's good. Teach them, hey, don't get complacent. We might be up, but we got to keep playing hard.
You know, that other team's still trying to win. They haven't given up, so we don't need to give up. We can't give up because weird things happen.
A big carry there. Nice tough carry by Hatch. Picks up a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 upcoming, 6:33. Yeah, we've both, I'm sure, seen our fair share of crazy situations in high school football where a 28-point deficit gets erased within just minutes. And you kind of stand there wondering what just happened. Back to pass. Hatch, downfield, caught. Great pass play all the way down to about the 31-yard line. Ball caught by number 21 out there, Hayden. And I believe that's the first downfield completion by the Cowboys. That might be the first pass completion.
It might be.
I can't think of another one, but
they've run it a few times and the ball, for whatever reason, gets deflected or gets dropped, but that one finally working for the Cowboys.
Handoff at the middle. Yost hit immediately. No, Hatch kept it. Still driving forward. A tough run from Braden Hatch, or Rustin Hatch, excuse me. And he picks up about 4 yards. 5:35 and counting on the clock.
North Gym not going away, still playing tough, still playing hard. As a coach, that's what you like to see out of your players, no matter what the score.
North Gym trying to tack on some more points here for the end of this ball game. 5 minutes left. Hatch following his blocker and rumbles over him. He was following right behind Yost. Picked up about 3 or 4 more. It'll be 3rd and a long 2 coming up. As the ball sits right at about the 24-yard line. Remember, here in a minute or two, we'll be deciding on our IdahoSports.com player of the game. That presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Hatch with the carry, gonna get turned away, but he might have got to the first down. It's gonna be awfully close. Maybe just shy.
They're signaling 4th down.
About a yard. 4th and 1 for the Cowboys. We'll see what they opt to do here.
Maybe they'll quick snap it, which they do.
Straight keeper. Didn't even look like Hagerman was up on the line to stop it. Hatch falls forward to the 20 for the first down.
That quick snap coming in handy once again for North Gym. Can't do it every time, but on short yardage situations, it sure comes in handy.
3:40 and counting. Hatch keeps it again. Mavenkamp trying to chase him down from behind. He does get caught. Flag comes in. I'm not sure what that's going to be about. They're going to call a holding penalty on Welker out there on the outside. And a timeout called by the Cowboys. So that'll back them up a little bit, but with the timeout, 3:34 left, we're going to step away for a quick break. We'll come back for the final of this game. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you can safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Don't give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself. Good night here in Hagerman. Good music, good football. 3:34 left on the clock here on Magic Valley Game Night. Lauren Jensen and Dean Demore on the call for you. As this game winding down, it looks like Hagerman on their way to a 2-0 start for the season. On the other side, North Gym headed for 0-2, but a lot of season ahead of both these squads. Back to pass, Hatch hit as he lets go, caught. Getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Good catch out there by Hayden.
They had trips to the left side and ran the little tight end out to the flat on the right side.
Carry up the middle, this time by Yost. Picks up about 4 or 5 more, right at 5. Nice carry by him. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. Clock kicking down to 3:15 now. Hatch keeps it, pitches. Very near the first down. And with about 2:58 left and right at the first down marker, I think we're going to talk about our IdahoSports.com player of the game. It is Kai Kendall for the Hagerman Pirates. Kendall came in as the backup quarterback. I mean, he did some stuff in the first half too.
Yep,
running the ball. He was involved in the offense. And then when the starting quarterback went out, Kendall assumed that role, and that was Maven Camp that went out. Kendall rattled off 2 quick touchdowns for the Pirates in that third quarter to stretch this lead to 30-0. Just a fantastic performance by Kai Kendall.
Yep, he's had a great game all around. Made some plays on defense, been leading the offense. When Maven Camp went down, very deserving.
So that is Kai Kendall, number 1 for the Pirates. We had discussion about Gonzalez as well, but he'll be our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Congratulations again to Kai Kendall of the Hagerman Pirates. After the false start, it's 2nd and goal from the 12 now. Run up the middle goes nowhere. That's Yost being driven back. Maybe got a yard back to the 10. 2 minutes and counting.
Yost has been working hard tonight. Unfortunately, he's probably at 20 carries and 20 yards. Hasn't been able to break free. Actually, he had that one.
He did have one big run, probably about 25, 30 yards. But you're right, there's been a lot of just 2-3 yards here, getting stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. He's got a lot of carries. And probably a lot of bruises to show for it, as there he gets caught in the backfield again, back at the 15-yard line.
Hagerman has targeted him. They've keyed on him. They were not going to let him, Yost that is, they weren't going to let Yost run all over him. They were there when he runs up the middle, and they were quick to tackle him when he runs to the outside. Great job by Hagerman's defense neutralizing Yost.
A minute and counting here in this ball game, as now we're down under a minute. North Gem, 4th and goal, back from their own 13-yard line. Man in motion. Hatch back to pass, going to the end zone, and Perry went to the post. The ball went to the outside, to the pylon. And that'll be a turnover on downs with 42 seconds left. Just a little miscommunication there on the pass play.
Tough luck for the Cowboys.
And that'll about do it. A knee or two here from the Pirates, and this ball game will be over. The Hagerman Pirates, they'll move to 2-0 with a 38-6 victory here over North Gem. Meanwhile, the Cowboys will fall to 0-2. Of course, these teams and that pitch back and down on the turf, ball into the end zone, and the Cowboys score. They recover the bad pitch in the end zone, and now it's 38-12. So a little bit of life left in this game with just 35 seconds left on the clock. Of course, next week, Hagerman will go on to play Rockland at Rockland, so they'll make the jaunt over to Eastern Idaho to play a good Rockland team. On the other side of things, North Gem will face off against Shoshone, so they'll kind of come back this way as well. Not quite as far as Hagerman. Timeout taken by the Pirates just before this 2-point conversion attempt with 35 seconds left. So
they were scrambling to get their defense on the field, and it took too much time. I think they were still looking to get guys in the right place, and coach takes a timeout.
Coach Hicks still down there imploring his team. And again, I like this, you know, I think they've put some other kids in there, you know, some of the younger players to try to get some time in there. And so good coaching opportunities, good learning opportunities here with a lead, but still coaching hard, trying to get guys to execute, even up 38-12.
Because like we said at the beginning of the game, there are a lot of younger classmen on this Hagerman team, and coach wants them to be ready for when it's their time, be it later this year or next year.
That pitch on the 2-point conversion goes out to Welker. Welker can't get to the corner. And now, after that, we'll have a kickoff and then maybe a knee by the Pirates, and this ball game will be over. Once again, we want to congratulate our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. That is Kai Kendall of the Hagerman Pirates. Came in as backup quarterback. 2 quick touchdowns. He led them to 2 quick touchdowns there in the 3rd quarter, and then another in the 4th. Of course, his teammate helping him out with that, which was Gonzalez, and there was some discussion about whether Martin Gonzalez, he was definitely worthy of the IdahoSports.com player of the game as well. Big game for those 2 young men.
Future looks bright for Hagerman football with those 2 young men playing hard, running hard, and just doing good things on the football field offensively and defensively for these Pirates.
And here to kick off for the Cowboys, Evan O'Brien. And that ball taken by Martinez at the 20. Martinez surveying, and now on the run. Yost trying to stop him, can't get there. And finally, Gonzalez dropped across midfield all the way down to the 42-yard line. 17 seconds left on the clock. I have enjoyed the mix that they've had that the PA guy has been doing.
Oh yeah,
the music's been good.
Stuff.
Good mix.
Good mix. High energy. Can't complain.
Throwing some 80s in there, a little Sweet Caroline. It's had a little more modern music as well. A little bit of something for everybody here at the football field tonight. 17 seconds on the clock. Kendall under center. Not going to take a knee. Turn around to hand it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is looking to add to his total. Gonzalez down the sideline. Gonzalez is going to score. And that's Gonzalez saying, I should have been the IdahoSports.com player of the game. As he scores with 3 seconds left on the clock to make this 44-12.
Coaches having a few words across the field at each other with a late touchdown.
You know, and here's the thing: I don't have a problem with this. I know I get it from North Gem's point of view. 2-point conversion is good. I get it from North Gem's point of view, but I also get it from Hagerman's point of view, especially with the way that Max Prep's rankings are set up. Margin of victory matters.
It does.
And you know what? It's high school football. It wasn't a trick play. I mean, a straight handoff to Gonzalez. Like,
it's a play they've run all night.
Yep. And that's, you know, unfortunately, sometimes the score gets out of hand a little bit, and that's unfortunately the way it is. That's just my opinion on it. 3 seconds left. I don't know why the cheerleaders are out on midfield for North Gem, but
maybe they thought time ran out.
They're coming out to cover on the kickoff. A few extra blockers out there for the Cowboys.
As a former cheerleader myself, I've known some girls who were pretty tough and who could.
I'm sure some of those girls over there wouldn't be afraid to mix it up a little bit.
Oh. Helmet and shoulder pads, no helmet and shoulder pads. Some of those girls, I'll bet you, they're pretty tough.
So here's the kickoff that'll more than likely end the ball game. Ball taken. Not sure why the clock started as early as it did, but nice return out across the 35, and that's the ball game. Final score, 46-12. The Hagerman Pirates come away victorious. They go to 2-0, and the Cowboys drop to 0-2. We're going to step away for a quick break. We'll come back, a little post-game wrap-up. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you can safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over in Pay Lake?
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
Welcome back here as we've gone final. 46-12, the Hagerman Pirates defeat the North Gem Cowboys in a game that, you know, was kind of all Pirates. It started early, a couple scores early, and then they tacked on a couple more early in the third, and then a couple of insurance scores, especially that one there late. But Cowboys didn't give up like you talked about, Dean. You know, even their late ball was fumbled late. They were able to recover one in the end zone and tack on some more points. So congrats to them, and hopefully they can continue to improve throughout the season. So, Big, what do you think about Hagerman?
Hagerman, you know, they've got weapons. They've got Kai Kendall. They've got Martin Gonzalez. They've got a solid defense that looked good tonight against North Gem's option, and they look good.
Yeah, I think they could definitely make some noise in their conference and get into those playoffs and be one of those teams that could, you know, wreak some havoc on some schools. The thing that really stuck out to me is when Maven Camp went out, they were successful with him in there in the type of offense they were running with Maven Camp when he went out, and Kendall came in, it was a different look, a different speed, and they were still successful. And I think that's something they could definitely build off of in the season, mix that up a little bit, really make defenses adjust to them and the game that they're going to play.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Hagerman just looked like the better team tonight, the faster team. North Gem, credit to them, they didn't back down. They were tough all the way through, but when you only have 9 guys on playing 8-man football, toughness and conditioning, when you're outnumbered, it only gets you so far.
Yeah, they did. They stuck in there, guys. Stuck it out, and I didn't really see any signs of fatigue, which is impressive from North Gem. I mean, they were right there the whole time, just outmanned by this Hagerman Pirate team. So, well, that's going to do it for us. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of Magic Valley Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. This broadcast was also made possible by great support from all of the power boosters for these two teams. Huge thanks to them. A special thanks to everybody here at Hagerman High School for their hospitality and helping us get this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And that was Mr. Kai Kendall. Had himself a great game. Good first half, but a great second half. So congratulations to Kai Kendall. IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And thanks again to all of you for joining us as the Hagerman Pirates defeat the North Gem Cowboys by a score of 46-12. For my broadcast partner, Dean DeMore, I'm Lauren Jensen, and huge thanks to everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com. Say so long till next week. Join us out at Kimberly as we'll have another episode of Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Be safe and have a great night.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or